Hello and welcome to the final race here in Portimão of the Formula Cup. It's the first time we've ever been here with the Ultimate Cup Series, and we've had some fantastic racing already. As you can see, the track map there, 16 turns. The track record was set by Valtteri Bottas back in 2020 with Mercedes. It's a relatively shorter circuit, as the starting grid is getting ready for these cars to head around to line up in their position. So we will be getting some racing underway very shortly. The grid is determined by adding up the finishing positions of race 1 and 2. There has been some penalties that we need to speak about though, so there might be a few changes on the grid up and down. Endurance GT had a 30-second penalty, and it will start from, he finished in P13 in the end, last time out. And Soldovini, Juan Francisco Soldovini, he has a 30-second penalty as well. That was for some off-track related incidents. So he finished P14. They both finished in the top 5, so unfortunate for them. I'm hearing as well that Felipe Derrick, the car number 49, may start in the pit lane as well. There's been some issues out there. So a beautifully sunny day here in Portimão, just south of Portugal. We've had some brilliant racing already today, qualifying this morning as well, and some of the best cars that you've ever seen in racing. But for now we will focus on the three categories we have here, which is the Formula Renault and the Formula Regional 13 and 17 inch tyres. So we've got 2 categories in the Formula Regional, which is 13 and 17. We've only got a couple of drivers, 2 drivers in the 17 inch category. That's Jan Lavocat and Maxime Trouche. Most of the rest are on the Formula Regional 13 inch tyres, including our pole position man, which will be Enzo Richer. He has had a blinding weekend already. He moved over from the 17 inch category after Paul Ricard and has come here in the 13 inch category. So he is battling alongside his second placed driver on the grid. Chris is down in the pit lane at the moment. Let's hear from him, I think.
Yeah, we're down here with Adrian Krosmanov starting in 5th position, but you'll notice on the side of the car it actually says M. Roland, because Adrian is a movie star for this weekend, filming a movie with the championship. So Adrian, tell us, how does it feel to be a movie star?
It feels like incredible, like I can do a race and feel yeah, I don't know, I'm really happy to do this race with and do the movie stuff when you say, and yeah, really happy.
Great, I couldn't actually hear that answer, but I'll assume it was fantastic. You've been on the podium a couple of times already this weekend. What can you do in this one?
I think I will do my best, of course, for win this race, gaining some position, and yeah, win the race is the best solution.
Good man, go well, good luck. Hollywood right here on the Ultimate Cup grid. Back to you, Claire.
Thank you, Chris Stevens, down on the grid for us, speaking to a Hollywood star / also one of our fabulous drivers we've got here. Lovely to hear from him there. It's very hard to hear down on the grid, so especially when all the cars are still making their way to the grid. So Chris Stevens probably struggling to hear Adrien Closmiel there. Like I mentioned, he got a 30-second penalty for the last race that we've just had, so he will be looking to fight up the order this time. Cars getting into their allocated positions. You can see, I know we often see umbrellas on the grid, but it is particularly warm down there today. And a track like this as well, even though it's undulating and we've got lots of ups and downs, it is still very, very warm. There's not a lot of shade out there. Need a couple more trees around here. So we haven't got long until this race gets underway. We are slightly delayed, but we will get racing underway today. So that's the car number 66 on the right side of your screen, and that's Enzo Richer, who is a rookie driver who's racing in the Formula Regional 13 inches, like I mentioned. And that is car number 2, which is Walter Rijkaard, who is leading the gentleman class heading into this final race today. So he will lead the way in the gentleman class. He isn't he's had quite a good race so far. Finished 7th in the race before. It was the gentleman winner. So it's a long, hot wait for these drivers to get ready for the formation lap, which will be getting underway very shortly as they clear the grid. So we will see who has the best start on this. Like I said, Enzo Richer had a brilliant race last time out. That's the Formula Renault car there. And it is Tanguy Truche. So we've had a few issues with a couple of the drivers having to report to race direction after the race, after crossing the pit exit line. So they'll have to have a conversation with the stewards and the race director after that. However, we will get ready for this formation lap here at Paul Ricard for the final race of the Ultimate Formula Cup. That is your pole man. You can show the 15-second board. It's a big board. It looks quite heavy, actually. Doing a good job. You can see the heat rising across the horizon. Track temperature will be high out there. So racing to get underway very shortly. This is a beautiful track. It's got 16 corners and it is full of undulation heading into turn 1. It's a quick right-hander. Up to 2, you go flat out over 2, and then you go uphill to turn 3 over the crest, and you'll see it sweeps down then to turn 4, and then to the tricky left-hander hairpin of turn 5, and then you go all the way up the hill again to 6, 7, 8, and then downhill to this very quick left-hander of turn 9, and then head over to 10, 11, and you're back at the top of a hill again. 12, 13, 14, downhill, and then back around to 15 and 16. And then even the start-finish straight, you can see there, it goes downhill as you go into turn 1, but quite far, quite a steep hold. If you're going to run that, you'd be out of breath by the top, that's for sure. Unless you were running the way the cars are going, and then you'd be flying. So, formation lap is underway in the Ultimate Formula Cup. Race 3 of the weekend. We've already seen wins from Enzo Richer today in the 13-inch, as well as some fantastic racing out there. So let's talk you through the grid. Enzo Richer is leading the way on pole position. He's also the rookie out there. We've got Maris Mezard in second. Will Muller is a name that you might not know so well because it's not his real name. It's actually Milan Petle, but he is, it's a bit smoky out there. He is also in this race, in the movie rather. Evan Monnier is in 4th place. And then we've got Max Roland, who is also Adrien Clomina. So two people in the movie. It is looking quite smoky out there. Maybe it's just hazy on the old camera. And then in 6th place, you've got Walter Rijkaard in the gentleman, leading the gentleman class. Gilles de Pierre is in 7th. We've got Frederic Wallo is in 8th. These are all in the Formula Regional 3 class. Juan Francisco Soldavini is down in 9th place. And you've got Alain Boucher, who is rounding up the top 10 in the Formula Regional 13. Then we've got Mahom, Truche, and Christophe Herning in the Formula Regional, Formula Renault 2 rather. And then 2 of the 17-inch in Jan Lavocat and Maxime Chouche, and then leading up behind Craig McClatchy and Philippe Darrick, who might be starting from the pit lane. Can't see anyone in the pit lane yet, but can't quite see the exit of the pit lane. So we get ready for a 20-minute race here at Paul Ricard. We saw 2 safety cars out in the race earlier today. A couple of drivers getting out of shape. Craig McClatchy, for one, was stuck at turn 5 for a while. So we line up, ready to go, as the final car just slots into position just outside our commentary box. I can see car 49, Philippe Darrick, so he's not starting from the pit lane, so good news. So we look at the lights. We wait for the green flag at the back. It is not flying just yet. That is the indication that we are ready to go racing. So there is the flag. The eyes will go to the lights. And we are ready to go racing in Portimão with the Ultimate Formula Cup. Final race of the weekend. It's 5 lights. Watch as they go out, and it's a great start there by Enzo Richer. And we saw a massive car number 15 there. That was Ivan Muller trying to go round the outside and managed to slot himself into 4th. That was excellent from him off the line. So we come down this sweep into turn 1 and round to turn 2. It still looks like it's Enzo Richer who's leading at the moment, but he's under pressure just behind from Marius Mezard, as well as the start of the race is under investigation. But Enzo Richer is leading the way at the moment. Still under pressure there from car number 14, Will Muller, who's going a little bit slower and getting kind of bogged down a little bit there from, here we go. So we've got a staller on the grid, car number 23, which is Gilles de Pierre. So something happened at the start there, which means that we don't have Gilles de Pierre, and the cars will have to slow down, and I would assume it'll either be a safety car or a virtual safety car will come out, and safety car comes out now, because they've got to blast past Gilles de Pierre, who is currently sitting on the grid. I can't quite see him from my commentary box and see if he's been moved, but the safety car will come and pick up the drivers and slow them all down and make sure that Gilles de Pierre is removed from the start-finish straight in a safely manner. So where are we at? Enzo Richer is still leading from Will Muller, who's managed to get himself up to 2nd, with Max Roland, who is obviously Adrien Closminel, but he is a movie star, so we're using his movie star name, in 3rd. And just behind, car number 15, Evan Munya, who had that brilliant start off the line. That was an amazing start. Almost caught me napping. He managed to find himself a nice clean line to the right side of the track. And so the cars are going to come in the pit lane because Gilles de Pierre is still sitting in the middle of the start-finish straight. So it's safer for them to go through the pit lane to make sure they remove the car, the pink-stricken car of Gilles de Pierre. That car is a former W Series car. When the auction came up, they bought a couple of cars, and now they're on this grid, which is very economical and great to see. So they're going to push that car back to the pit lane, or at least to the edge, so they can release the cars back into onto the track to make sure it's nice and safe for, because obviously the driver is still sitting in there. Gilles de Pierre is currently a passenger being pushed along. And so they'll wait for these cars to head back out, and then they'll move over. So here, look at the restart here. So if that black and orange car just at the edge there, that is Evan Munya, who had a brilliant start to the race and managed just to slot himself immediately into 4th place. That was a great start here. These two, car 21 and I think it's car, I'm not quite sure, I couldn't see the number clear enough, but there was some battles in the background as well. So we are under safety car conditions at the moment because we had what I would assume is a staller on the start of Gilles de Pierre. So All the cars have to filter around the track at the moment under the safety car. This is the third safety car we've seen today for these single-seaters. We had 2 in the first race that we had this morning, which was the second race, obviously. And now we've got 1 here to start the race. So the clock will still keep ticking down. And then hopefully we can get going again soon. So you might know this track pretty well from Formula One as well. We came here in 2021 with Lewis Hamilton winning. Valtteri Bottas and Mercedes was second, and Max Verstappen was third. It was that first Portuguese Grand Prix that was held here since 1966. So it's a track that many favour, and you can see why. The drivers just love it. Every driver I've spoken to, I was speaking to one of the other drivers from a different series earlier who was saying that actually it's so physical. It's even more physical than you think, but you can see how steep those hills are. They're incredibly steep, so a lot more physical on the drivers than maybe they were expecting. Hopefully we will get this racing back underway very shortly. The safety car will be in on this lap, so that's good news. And we can go racing again. So it'll be Enzo Richer who backs up the pack again. He's done this 3 times. This is the 3rd time he's done it this weekend, or even today. So he'll back them up again, and he'll just control, and there, puts his foot down on the throttle, and we go racing again. Pulls out a good lead as he heads onto the start-finish straight just out of turn 15. We go green flag racing again, and is Enzo Richer who leads the way, but he's under pressure there from Will Muller, who pulls to the outside, and I can see there that Adrian Klosmanel is trying to also see if he can go through, and he does. He takes it. Will Muller takes the lead off Enzo Richer on that start-finish straight. Managed to get him, and he's going in. He's going to lose another place here to Max Roland as well. So Enzo Richer, oh, he's gone a bit wide there though. Is he going to? No, he's okay. He's closed the door. Good defending there from Max Roland as he closed the door on him. But Enzo Richer has had a terrible start. He's going to try and come back on him here, but he can't really make it work going outside on that corner. So he won't have, oh, and the lead has gone wide. So he's going to really be under pressure here. And is Adrian Klosmanel going to do it? He is. Oh, he's not going to quite do it there. He's gotten too a bit wide. He's gone a bit deep as well. And they're side by side. Oh, we've gone behind a hill. Let's see who comes out on top. It is still Will Muller who leads in that livery there, the beautiful green and grey livery, but he's not safe enough yet. This battle for the lead is incredible. It's 3 fighting to win this race. Oh, and we see there Max Roland, who's Adrian Klosmanel, went a bit wide, so he's lost a lot of time on those curbs. They are punishing these curbs. As we see Enzo Richer trying really hard to get round, and he does again. Is he going to close the door? Oh, is there going to be contact? No. Nice clean racing there from Enzo Richer and Will Muller, who is of course Milan Pillay, who is a movie star out there. That was some fantastic racing from the single-seaters here. The Ultimate Formula Cup Race 3. It is a battle for the win. This is what we like to see. Oh, as we see once again, Will Muller comes out, and he's got him again. This is some amazing racing between these 3. Oh, Enzo Richer gets on the curb a little bit there, but he's got the outside line, which is not going to work going into the right-hander here of turn 2 and 3. So he's going to have to yield that place for now, but can he get it just here? I see there Milan Pillay goes a little bit, he loses the rear end a little bit, but he seems to have kept in the lead here. Oh, need to take a breath. Max Roland there, who is Adrian Klosmanel, is also seeing if he can watch these 2 battle away, as once again Enzo Richer is not going to give this one up easy. It's a drag to the end of this lap. Can he make it work going? Oh, not quite. Will Muller is putting that car as wide as he can possibly do here to keep the lead of this race. There is nothing in between them. You can see the top 6 are not separated by much at all. A couple of seconds. Incredible racing here. So it is at the moment still Will Muller who leads. And he's under pressure again from Enzo Richer, who refuses to give up this win. It will be his second win of the day. And Max Roland, who is Adrian Closmanel, has just dropped off a little bit slightly there from the pace, and he's now a little bit more under pressure from Juan Francisco Soldevini, who's had a brilliant start. He has remained in, he's moved up to 4th after starting 9th. So this battle for the lead continues with 10 minutes to go. They've all sort of settled in a little bit now, haven't they? As I say that, Enzo Richer is hugely under pressure again. It looks like we've had an issue here as well. Max Roland, no, my timing screen is saying something different from what the pictures are telling me. I can still see that there is no issue, I don't think, for Max Roland, because he is there fighting alongside Enzo Richer again. Oh, that's ever so close going into turn 5. That's a hairpin that is ever so tricky, and you going back up the hill there towards turn 6 and turn 7, and then we're going to have that tight right-hander there of turn 8. So you can't see the exit curb as you're coming up there, so you've got to get it completely perfect as you're going across it. Downhill dip here then towards turn 9, a quick part of the circuit, and then uphill again to turn 10. There's a sausage curb up at the top there, so you've got to be careful of that too. Round to 10, 11, and downhill again towards 12. And then the tight left-hander of turn 13. And then once again, you're going back downhill. Enzo Richer looking again to see if he can do it there. Won't be able to do it into turn 14, but can he get the better exit coming out into 15? And he's going to have the better exit coming on the start-finish straight. Can he manage to do it here? We've seen a lot of overtaking on this very long straight here at Portimão. And let's see what they can do here. It is 3 wide as we're going across. Oh, and then once again, Max Roland is trying to take second place back off Enzo Richer. Oh, ever so close. Is he going to get a squeeze there? Oh, not quite. Enzo Richer is going to have to yield, I think, here, but he doesn't want to give it up. He's going to lose another place if he's not careful, because Juan Francisco Soldevini is just watching, waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake, go wide, and he'll jump in there. So at the moment, it is still Will Muller leading the way. Oh, a bit wide there for Enzo Richer. Got a bit of a nudge, I think, from Max Roland, who is Adrian Closmanel. There is a lot of action going on in this race, I'm not going to lie. This is excellent, but you'll see now with all this fighting, Juan Francisco Soldevini has joined this pack, as well as Marius Mezard, who is just waiting in the wings to see if they make any mistakes. Enzo Richer back up to second then. Car number 14, Will Muller, still leading the way. So, sighing a little, having a little breather at the top is now Will Muller, who is Milan Pitley. Feeling a little bit more comfortable maybe. However, as I say that, Enzo Richer is once again on his tail. And actually it's Max Roland. Car number 4 has been told to respect the track limits. That's Frederick Wallow. Oh, this is a good move from Enzo Richer. Can he make it stick? You're going to have to go into the right-hander here. He should have the right line, but once again, you've got Max Roland, who's Adrian Closmanel, just behind, and he drops back slightly because Will Muller makes a mistake there, and Enzo Richer goes through and takes the lead again. This is an amazing switch for the lead between these two. This is some really exciting racing. Has Will Muller got an issue there because he's just dropping back a little bit more? Has he cooked his tyres a bit, as we see once again Max Roland go wide there onto the curbs? You've got to be very careful with these cars. So Top three once again battling it out. I would love to sit down and write down how many overtakes we've seen in this race, because this is incredible racing. So, back at the front, Enzo Richer is leading the way once again, very closely followed by Max Roland, who is Adrian Cosmanel, who has pulled out a bit of a gap now to car number 14, which is Will Muller. The timing screen hasn't even been able to keep up yet because there's been so many changes. Oh, and another fight for the lead here. We've got Max Roland, who is Adrian Cosmanel, trying to go around the outside, but he's not going to be able to do it there. So Enzo Richer is closing the door, but he might get the better exit coming onto the start-finish straight. So you go down the hill, heading towards turn 15, out onto the start-finish straight. Now, look, can Max Roland, who's Adrian Cosmanel, manage to have it go there? As they flash past the commentary box. Oh, we're going to see another move here for the lead. Enzo Richer's left it open. He's left a big gap there. He's taking a different line, but he's going to close the door and defend hard once again. He's saying, absolutely not. This win is mine. So, top three have once again bunched up. So there was a problem there because Enzo Richer and Max Roland, who is Adrian Cosmanel, because they were fighting, it gave the back of the pack a little bit of time to catch up a little bit. Oh, into the left-hander here. Can't do it there. He's really trying to see if he can get a switch and get a better line to be able to take him here. Oh, they're close. Close. He won't be able to do it there because there's another right-hander. Oh, I feel like they're going to touch any moment. Behind the hill they go. Can't quite see where they're going there. Up over the hill. Enzo Richer still leading the way. I have no idea how, but he is. Max Roland trying everything to get around that car number 66, but Enzo Richer is not giving it up easily. This is some amazing advertising for this incredible competition, as once again Max Roland sees if he can edge him forward. They're going side by side. Can't make it work there, and if he needs to be careful because Will Muller is going to come and pick up the scraps if he's not too careful. So back onto the start-finish straight then go these cars. They're going to come blasting past our commentary box very shortly. Enzo Richer keeping that lead, but they're close as he's going into, oh, it's such a long straight. As he went past the commentary box, I could see he was trying to make the move. Is he going to make that one stick? The right-hander going into turn 1. Oh, but then we've got another right-hander going into turn 2 as well, and that should do it. That should do it. Oh, Enzo Richer is not giving it up. If they, pushed him a bit wide there. Not sure about that. The stewards might have to have a little look at that one. Or it could just be seen as, once again, we see Max Roland go a bit wide there and bumped over the curbs. So it's given time here for everyone to catch up. Oh, a little lock up there from Enzo Richer. And once again goes wide. That would be because of that little lock up. Sent him wide. But all this battling between these two is once again let Will Muller, who's Milan Pitley, come into third and come back into this battle. 2 minutes 40 left on. You can see everyone's gripped by this battle. And once again, somehow, Max Roland is back in the lead. So it's Adrian Cosmanel is leading. Oh, big lock up there from Enzo Richer, and he goes wide. 2 of them have gone wide. That's the 2 that have been battling for the lead this entire race. They both take themselves wide. That was Will Muller, who is Milan Pitley, and also Enzo Richer. And they both went wide, which absolutely allowed Marius Mezard and Juan Francisco Soldini to make their way through. So the battle is on once again. These two who were fighting for the lead have had to drop back now, and Mezard and Soldini have just been watching, waiting patiently, and it turned out it worked for them. So Adrian Cosmanel is leading with his car saying Max Roland. So here's a little replay. So you see them both go wide there. Was there a bit of contact? I couldn't quite see, but there's a bit of runoff there. They were lucky not to go in that gravel, because once you're in that gravel, these cars don't often come back out. So they can manage to get a few points here, but it's not the points that they would have wanted. Marius Mezard now, again, leading the championship in the Formula Regional 13 inches. We'll be looking to see if he can get any points here, because Enzo Richer has been an incredible talent as he goes off wide again. He struggled with that turn there. He keeps going wide onto that exit curb, and it's not going to do his tyres or his race time any good. So 57 seconds on the clock left. This absolute storm, I'm trying to think of the right word. I mean, it's been a brilliant race. Stormer of the race. Anyway, 42 seconds left. It looks like Max Roland, who's Adrian Closmanil, will be able to take home this win after fighting hard for it. Enzo Richer goes a bit wide again there. Marius Mezard is starting to put pressure on Adrian Closmanil, and his tyres will be feeling it by now with this heat and the battling that he's had to do to put himself in the lead. But it all seems to have calmed down just slightly a little bit at the back. You see Enzo Richer is getting a little bit annoyed maybe being at the back, because he's now dropped behind as well, of course, Will Muller, who was fighting for the lead. So I believe they'll come through this, and it will be the final lap. There we go, off the back of this. Now, I don't think here that he's under, yes, he's under pressure again. Are we going to see another leader? We are indeed. It's Marius Mezard who's taken the lead here, but it is the right-hander there into turn 2. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Marius Mezard literally nearly took out Juan Francisco Soldavini and pushed him off the track. There might be a little bit of argy-bargy going on there. I'm not sure that they will look at that very lightly, and after all of this, it looks like we've got another leader in the looks of Juan Francisco Soldavini. 4 cars go wide, one kicks up a bit of gravel as they're going round. They are fighting tooth and nail for this win. 5 cars now could win this on this final lap of the Ultimate Formula Cup Race 3, and we have another race leader. It is Juan Francisco Soldavini. So, as we come across the line again, we've seen a new winner. Just behind is still Max Roland, so he's still keen. Juan Francisco Soldavini keen to keep this win and become another winner of the weekend. I can't believe Max Roland, who is Adrian Closmanil, has anything left in his tyres, but he's giving it a go. He's up against the back of Soldavini to try and fight for this win as we come around the final corner. And after an amazing, incredible race with so many different winners, just at the end it's going to be a photo finish. Who is going to win? We're going to have to see who's crossed the line. It looks like it's Juan Francisco Soldavini. He wins it by the tiniest amount. That was a photo finish. It's a 10th across the line. What incredible racing we've seen here in Portimão. Car 6 is your winner, Juan Francisco Soldavini. Incredible racing. If there wasn't an advert for this race, then this would be it. This is your advert. Come and race here, because that was some incredible racing from some young drivers here in Portimão. Incredible. So after all that, it is Juan Francisco Soldavini. The last lap is under investigation, so we'll have to see what happens. But for now, the provisional winner is Juan Francisco Soldavini from Max Roland, who is Adrian Closmanil. How he managed to stay in second place after the amount of leaders we've had for this race. Enzo Richer does end up on the podium for the Formula Regional 13 inches. And Will Muller just in 4th place, just behind. And across the line in 5th is Evan Monya. And in 6th, Marius Mezard, who dropped back after a questionable move where he locked up his tyres and fell back and almost took out one of his competitors he was alongside. So who's your winners? Well, Juan Francisco Soldavini is the leader, is the winner in the Formula Renault 13 inches. In the Formula Renault, Christophe Herney finished 7th, so he is the leader there, winner there. Walter Rijkaard takes another win for the gentleman category. And for the Formula Regional 17 inches, Jan Laverkap is the winner there. So I'm pretty sure there'll be some conversations that are going to be had off the back of that. And I think some people are going to have some questions to be asked, but from a spectator's point of view, it was pretty incredible to watch. So, out climbs Juan Francisco Soldavini. He's pleased with that one. And he should be, because it was some brilliant racing from the 17-year-old. 17 years old. He's raced along Kimi Antonelli. And now he's managed to pick up a win. He won in Estoril last year, just up the road. It rained all of that weekend, or mostly that day, and qualifying was wet and the race was wet, but he managed to win.
Quick word for the interview.
Yeah. Let's head down, I think, very shortly to Chris Stevens. He is heading down in the pit lane. I can't see him, but I can hear him. I know he's around. He's always around. Let's see if he is with the winner. There he is, Chris Stevens.
It's a bit loud down here. You only led one lap, but you led the most important one.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened. You know, I started P9. I was P5 the whole race, and then I guess I was admittedly a bit lucky in the end. But you know, I seized my opportunity, and then I defended as much as I could. The other drivers were right behind me. I almost spun out. They almost passed me, but well, I hung on for just the most important lap, and yeah, I'm just super happy with the results.
What were you thinking coming out of that last corner, seeing Max or Adrian coming at you side by side across the line? What were you thinking?
I was just hoping that this was actually the final lap, because the guy had the checkered flag in hand, and I said, please be the last lap. And then it was, so I saw it and I just started screaming. I was so happy.
Congratulations. What a race. What an absolutely fantastic race. Well done to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks to the team as well. It's been a pleasure.
Cool. Cheers for chatting to us. Let's see if we can have a chat with Max Rolland as well, or Adrian Klosmanil. Depends how we want to refer to him. So, Adrian / Max, I mean, what a last lap. What a race overall.
Yeah, what a race, of course. Wow, incredible. I want to... Yeah. Oh. C'était... je sais pas quoi dire. Oh. P1, P2, P3, turn, whoa, lock up, overtake. Yeah. Incredible race. Thank you to the team, my parents, Julian, Leo. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for chatting to us. Congratulations on second position. Let's see if we can find Enzo Richer as well. I'm going to cut across you, Ben, there, because there's a lot of people. But Enzo's all the way over here on this side of the Parc Fermé.
Thank you, Chris. Let's have a look at the highlights.